I have a very special guest on the Full Circle today. He is the frontman, vocalist, and primary songwriter for the incredible band Black Foxes, who, as they describe themselves, have gone through many forms and evolutions over the years. Previously described as depression pop, they released their incredible fourth studio album, The Heart, last year, an amazing album ranging from heavy to soft and funded by their fans, and recently released a live album titled Live at Vada, with a focus on the heart and an incredible 19-minute version of Badlands as the closure. He's faced some personal adversities, including having Crohn's disease, but has now been medication free for 2 years, which is an incredible achievement. A top guy and a pleasure to have on the Full Circle. His name is Mark Holley. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Mark.
What an introduction. Hi. I'm gonna tone it down now and just meet you somewhere in the middle.
No. I always feel like I have to big you up because it's completely deserved. How have you been?
Health wise, great. Really, really good. I'm absolutely mid burnout right now, but it's all just sort of yeah, I've put it on myself, just so the band and myself are gonna have a very exciting few months ahead. So yeah, I'm mid burnout, but apart from that, my health is amazing, and every day right now is just a blessing to wake up without a chronic illness. So yeah, all good.
I'm sorry about being mid burnout though. Is that in preparation to all the shows and things that are happening later this year?
It's just my lifestyle choice at the moment. I'm the job that I have outside of music is just incredibly intense, and I love it. But it's like I'm basically it's a random job. I'm driving cars around the country that people have sold to people that are buying them, and it's really fun because I plan all my own travel. I get to drive super nice cars, get to work for myself. But I'm out the door at sort of 4 a.m., back at 10 p.m. every day. So I've been doing that alongside obviously doing stuff for the band and all the admin and everything that uh, comes with being a DIY band and all these exciting things that we've got coming up, like Australia and Europe and UK. We're doing that all ourselves. So yeah, it's my brain is a swamp, but I'm super excited, and it's all been put on myself. Like I've done this to myself essentially, just so I can have some money and have some fun and not have to stress too much for the next few months.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, like you say, I mean, it sounds quite busy at the moment, but hopefully it's all worth it for the later months coming up. And obviously, you recently, I mean, you did some tours in UK and Europe, but you recently announced an Australia tour. I mean, you must be super excited for that.
So excited, man. Like the idea that just songs that we've written and I've written connected with people the other side of the world. The funny thing as well with the guy that reached out initially, who's a promoter over there, he's been a fan since the I'm Not Well record. So just the fact that even that record got reached, managed to get out to people in Australia is mad to me in the first place. But the fact that I just met up with this dude for a drink in London and he was like, I'm dead serious about bringing you guys out there. And yeah, he's been amazing. Jesse from Crushing Promotions, he's been so sweet. And we can't wait. It's going to be one big holiday and wild ride for all of us. So yeah, it's we're so excited.
Wow. Is that your first time in Australia?
It is, yeah. Finn literally landed yesterday. He went out for a wedding, so it's gonna be back to back for him. But yeah, my first time.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure you're super excited for everywhere, but is there a particular place in Australia like, oh my goodness, this is going to be incredible? Or
We've got loads of amazing Australian friends now that we've met randomly through playing in bands, and we play with an artist called Ella Eon. She's this Australian artist that came over to the UK last year, and she's become such a close friend of ours. Her music's unbelievable. And it just so happened that Foxes became her UK, hopefully one day European band. So they're all Adelaide based. So I think Adelaide we're most looking forward to, I'd say. But I think Finn just said he had some amazing food spots that he found in Melbourne. So honestly, all of it for me is like a trip. I just cannot believe it. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm super excited for you guys. I lived in Australia for a couple of years, a few years
Oh, no
back,
way.
and lived in Sydney, but also traveled to Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, Queensland. An incredible country. And even though they were there for a couple of years, it felt, we still didn't cover everything. So, you know, I'm sure it's going to feel the same when you're there, but have the best
What
time.
what was your favorite place?
I mean, living in Sydney was just something special. Being
Hmm.
at right next to the Opera House, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, going to work, and then at the end of the day, being able to go to Bondi Beach just to chill. I mean, that is something which I've just never had that experience. So I think for me, I think just living in Sydney was just incredible. But in terms of like where I didn't live, I think Brisbane. I think
Hmm.
Brisbane was really nice. The vibes were cool, and it was
Hmm.
just very friendly atmosphere. Adelaide, again, similar vibes. And then we also did the ocean. Oh my goodness, the Ocean Drive. I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
from.
we've
I
got that
can't.
planned as well. That looks great.
Yeah, yeah, really fun.
So were you in
Yeah,
healthcare when you were over there?
yeah. So worked in psychiatry. Yeah, so worked as a psychiatry doctor there. Well, actually worked in a prison. Worked in a
Oh,
prison there.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, so that was and worked in an addiction service as well. There.
Wow, that's heavy, man.
Yeah, it was. I mean, learned a lot, and yeah, different style of healthcare there. But yeah, but no, but super excited for you to be in Australia, and obviously you've got the European and UK tour coming up very soon as well. I mean, are you prepped for that now?
Not really prepped. We the way that this band navigates and deals with things these days are very different to the early days, and I love it. I absolutely love the stage that we've got to it with where we're at, but it's all very off the cuff, and we just sort of figure out as we go. Um, Unfortunately, Sam has taken just a little step back from music for the time being. He's very similar to all of us, just very burnt out and stuff with music. Um, so there's a lot of we've got a new saxophone player for this tour coming in called Mon from a band called Speed Dial, who supported Ella with us when we played in London at the Windmill, and they just ripped. So he's going to be playing sax with us, but we've only had like a couple of practices. I think he's coming up on Friday, and we're going to jam some more. But with where the songs are now, we like keeping things really exciting and fresh, as opposed to like rehearsing all the time, and then the songs become just like almost like boring to play. We like things being a bit loose and make a few mistakes and just have that excitement of playing those songs again. So yeah, it's feeding off of all of that, and not having anxiety about getting on stage, being underprepared, because we're people that have been playing music for our whole lives. So, we're all good.
No, fair. What's your favorite song to perform live?
Mm, it changes. It changes every time. I think I really like playing the diving bell at the moment because the outro for that song is just different every night. It's just a jam section essentially. We've changed up Drug Holiday for this run we're about to do, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's like just consistently aggressive for the whole way through now. Um, so yeah, between those two at the moment, they're my favorites.
Nice. I mean, that live album, which came out early in February. I mean, what an album! I mean, you can feel the energy, and like you say, you're just having some fun with it. Yeah, I think it's so cool. I want to know what the story is. What happened on the first take of the Image of Perfection?
God, I can't remember. I can't remember. I mean, I think as with any live sessions, um, you're hoping for take one, but the reality is, unless it's a song like Badlands where it's 20 minutes long, we really don't have another shot at that. Um, Although having said that, Image of Perfection is 10 minutes long, but things can happen. I can't remember what happened in take one of Image. I feel like everything else was pretty much within one or two takes, and then maybe Turn Out the Lights or a track like that took us 3 takes. But it could be a number of things. It could be the people filming didn't get a shot, or something went wrong with like the recording aspect of it, it doesn't necessarily mean the song was a disaster. Um, but yeah, I can't remember exactly.
No, 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 that's fair. And yeah, yeah, that 18 minutes Badlands version, my goodness. And you've also, the vinyl edition has got two extra songs, and I suppose that's by choice, isn't it?
It was sort of actually just happy coincidence that we just didn't love how those sounded to put on a digital release. But then when we got the video back from my friend Nick's, we really loved we loved the energy in the room, that came across with the video. And then we just figured it would be a nice sort of touch to add them to the double vinyl, as sort of just like, because we're only going to do 250 copies of this thing, so it's going to sell out really, really soon. So it's just nice for people to have that extra thing that no one else will, you know.
Yeah, that's completely fair. And yeah, definitely check it out live at live in Vada, and there's still some vinyls available. Is that right?
Yeah, but we're getting down to, I don't. You'd have to order it now, basically. Yeah, it's getting tight with what stock that's left. But yeah,
Nice. So what's the first song that you've chosen for the full circle?
so the first song is a band that I only discovered just the other day called Prune, which is Prewn, and the song is called System.
Nice. Okay. And what was the reason for choosing that one?
So the reason for choosing that song is, given my lifestyle at the moment and sort of the work I've been doing, I'm sort of spending all my time moving either in cars or public transport. I'm on trains for hours every day. I've realized that I'm not present at all at the moment. Like, a day will go by and I haven't actually had a thought outside of my head at all that's big, or haven't like noticed things. Like, I've just been just so in my head. Um, which is something I've navigated before, and travel and things always makes me connected to the right stuff after that. So it's not necessarily a problem. However, every now and again, something will happen that totally takes me out of this, like, part of the rat race, and just like feeling like a little bug. And I feel totally present and conscious and aware of everything that's going on around me. And this song came on. I was randomly listening to, I can't remember what artist it was. Oh, I can't remember what artist it was, but Prune came on after, Spotify sometimes does that with, it plays you artists like this. And it just stopped me completely in my tracks. The chorus on this song is so, so good when it finally kicks in. And yeah, I just had like flood of emotions, goosebumps. Just, I love those. I love that feeling that music can give you, to just make you feel everything at once. So that's why I've sort of mentioned this song, because it doesn't happen that often, but this really did it for me.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, getting those goosebumps. I mean, like you say, it's not very often, but when it happens, when it hits, it is just such an incredible feeling, isn't it? But yeah, the first song, Prune System, on the full circle. And I wanted to just ask, because obviously something you've mentioned a couple of times about this mid burnout and maybe putting it on yourself a little bit. But what do you think? Does listening to music help with that? What sort of things helps you get through these sorts of times? Is it music, or is it other things, or?
Just I think it's just the notion that it's working towards something that I know will get me out of it. Essentially nothing helps, because I'm doing something that my brain isn't programmed to enjoy. Like, for me, I should be off grid, living without social media and just within nature. That's where I'm truly happy and I feel calm and I feel at peace. So this is like way too much for my nervous system. Um, so I guess music just numbs it slightly. It's really hard to describe, because I'm really fortunate to have worked through my mental health issues. I don't have anxiety anymore. I don't feel I you know I don't have any of those issues that sort of stopped me from doing everything in my 20s. Um, so it's just this sort of like numb feeling, and I guess music probably helps me be less in my head with that stuff. But the only fix is basically the stuff that I have to look forwards to. that's the reality of the situation.
Sure. And I guess in this case, as you've mentioned, is it the touring aspect? Is it going to Australia? Is it that is sort of driving you at the moment?
Yeah, and also like I'm trying to save up enough money to buy a little bit of land on the west coast of Scotland to have a base there where I can go create, potentially build a property up there, have like a mini recording studio, just a space where I can go be be off grid for a little bit and then come back. So yeah, it's a really weird feeling because it's not depression and it's not all doom and gloom. It's just numb, you know?
Okay. Okay. No, that's fair. And I think no, that's quite well explained, I think. It's just of course what we don't want is that burnout to become so significant that it's like you mentioned, like it gets you to stop doing things. It then means that it's impossible for you to sort of crack on and basically you're functioning, lose the functioning. And I guess that's what we don't want. But it sounds like that is still happening at the moment.
Yeah, I've also got I've got this weird thing where since getting obsessed with running, I guess I'm addicted to that feeling of how far can I push this? So the burnout for me is actually like because it's for the greater good and for like really exciting things, I'm sort of I'm quite tied up in the intoxication of the feeling that that gives when it all, you know, when it all comes together. It's exciting. It's an exciting place to live in. Um, it's just managing that with allowing
Yeah.
yourself time to rest as well, you know. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. How long have you been running for?
2 years, and I'd say a year and a half very seriously, and probably the main factor as to why I think I'm still in remission um, from Crohn's.
Oh, that's incredible. Oh, wow. And have you I mean, did you do, like, races or events or anything like that, or
I'm not much of a an events type of person, little bit of a hermit. However, you know, I just go off and do marathons by myself and like the achievements of like ultra marathons and just seeing how far I can push myself. I'd like to do marathons in like Iceland. Sam did one in Reykjavik and that looked awesome. That sort of stuff intrigues me. That would be fun. But like the event stuff with that many people sort of takes away what I love about running for me, which is just that escapism. And if there's that many people around, it might be a bit like I won't actually be able to enjoy the silence. But yeah,
fair? So I assume, park run isn't your thing at all?
no. But again, I love the idea of people trying their absolute hardest uh, to get their best ever time and being cheered on by people is something that I really love. It's not like I don't understand it. It's just my brain isn't wired quite like that. Do you run yourself?
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so when I went to Australia, we saw everyone running. I never ran much before then, and I said to my partner at the time, I was like, "No, we're not gonna do that." And then, of course, the year later, we started running, and yeah, we got quite serious. Unfortunately, I think I pushed myself a little bit too hard, and for like a year now, I've sort of almost a year now, I've not been able to run because my knees just not playing right. I've seen a physio. I've been getting lots of treatment. It's really annoying because I was meant to do a half marathon last October and I've delayed it to this October. But even now, I'm just like, is it going to happen? And I was actually going to ask you, like, have you been okay running, or have you had any like injuries or anything? Or
I'm the wrong person to ask for advice because I just get out the door and run. It's really bad, I know, and I'll only ever warm up if I'm going to be doing more than 40 kilometers. I've had runner's knee before. I have had runner's knee where that stopped me running for like 3 months. But it sounds like, was it something that you had where you felt it instantly? Like you were running and then you felt a twinge instantly, or
no, so this is where I was a bit silly. As actually, as a doctor, I'm gonna come across as a bit silly, but basically, I started, I ran and I felt the knee pain, and I was like, I'm gonna instead of like maybe stopping, I'm just gonna be like, oh, it'll go away. I'm gonna do nothing about it, and then I was training for a 10K, and then I did the 10K, and I saw my times were getting better, faster, but I was still getting the knee pain, and it'd be like on and off, very on and off, and then it would just become more persistent, more consistent, and I still be like, "Oh, no, but I'm getting faster, I'm getting better, like, let's just carry on." to the point when we went away on holiday, when we stopped running, and I was like, "Oh, the pain is
Mm.
just there when I'm walking now, and I'm not doing any running. I should have stopped running." And now that's still the
Okay.
case, and yeah, it's been like that for over a year.
Oh
Um,
God. I mean,
Bit
yeah,
silly of me.
yeah, it is. But I've heard of stories like that so often. It sucks.
Yeah, there's what I mean. It's so funny. It's one word for it. It's ego. It's ego.
Yeah.
Like I just let my ego get the better of me, and as someone that works in mental health. And, so it's just so silly. Like it really is. But I've learned from it and I won't do it again. But no, I'm glad to hear that running is yeah, it's really it's such a I'm glad that it's helped with your Crohn's disease as well. That's so good. That's incredible.
Yeah, and I obviously wouldn't want to suggest anyone takes my advice for things as like gospel with chronic illness and stuff. But I have been on every possible drug for Crohn's, and it wasn't until I actually stepped away from the drug side of things and just looked inner at just like my lifestyle, sort of food and just my general health. And I think since moving constantly with the running and fasting as well has been a big help for me. Um, yeah, it's been life changing, honestly, completely life changing.
So you basically before all that had, as you mentioned, like tried all the medications, maybe like the injections and everything, and it just wasn't touching it.
No, it was keeping my Crohn's suppressed. So I got diagnosed with Crohn's when I was 20, and up until I was 34, 35, I was on um, infliximab, which is an intravenous, and it's like just through like a drip, And I was on that every 4 weeks, so every month or every 6 weeks. So it completely affected my life with touring, so I'd have to fly back or wouldn't be able to do things and stuff. But it did suppress my Crohn's, but it obviously had like lots of side effects. And if I look back to my 20s, like even just my mental health, I was such a different person. And it's tough when you're a guinea pig on drugs like this because you try to tell people, like, I feel like this is making me really anxious and paranoid and these sorts of things, but they're not things that are looked into or studied on a drug like that because it's so new. Um, and yeah, one day when I was 34, I just woke up. I can't really describe it, but I just woke up and decided that I wasn't gonna have this drug anymore because I just wanted to take some control back. Um, and yeah, I haven't needed anything since. And I'm obviously still. It's not like I'm dismissing um, medicine or my consultants. I'm in constant conversation with my consultants. They constantly take my bloods, check my stool samples, everything. But I'm completely in remission, so they're happy, and I'm obviously stoked.
Yeah, no, that's success story for sure.
Yeah.
And like you say, some people probably will need medication,
Hmm.
but the fact that you don't need that and you found a way to manage it is truly remarkable. So fair play.
Yeah, thanks, man. Every day is just beautiful right now. Just waking up and having your health. It's such an amazing blessing.
Yeah, it really is. No, I definitely agree with that. All right, shall we move on to the second song? What's the second song that you've chosen for the full circle?
So we were playing at Green Man Festival last year with Ella, who's Elliot Eon, the Australian artist that I mentioned. She played a couple of sets, and we all went as a band together and camped for the whole festival. And Finn said that I should go watch John Grant with him. I'd heard like a couple of John Grant songs. He's like this older dance pop icon, really. Not really totally my scene, if I just on record, but he was like, we should go. And yeah, he just performed this song called GMF, and the words just totally cut through. Words about being like really misunderstood as a person, finding your own identity, and just that moment with friends that you're so close with thousands of other people at a festival full of music that I'm really obsessed with. Um, there's just such good energy and just felt so connected in all the right places in that moment. And felt like that's exactly where I should be. So I think often we can go through lives and we go go through life and we go through different phases in life with different friendship groups, and things don't quite feel right. Um, and I've gone through a lot of that, and to have a moment like that being like, no, this is like, these are my people, and this is like totally, totally feel like all good energy. So yeah, that was a really special moment.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. John Grant, GMF, the second song on the Full Circle. Are you now more interested in that sort of genre, or?
I mean, I love dance music, but I love like uh kind of hard, weird, um yeah, I like kind of like weirder stuff, I guess. So I because John Grant's a bit poppy, and I didn't think it would be so my scene. I was surprised he actually played Green Man as well, that it was the perfect show for him.
Fair. No, cool. No, that's no great second song choice. And yeah, I should have said this before we chose the songs, but I'll make a playlist of all the songs so people can check them out. Like I will after the show. Right. I've got a quiz.
Okay.
It's not the bestly
Intense
titled
quiz.
name, but
Okay.
it's called Black Foxes or No Foxes. Um, so, so so essentially, three lyric lines. One of them's an odd one out, and you've just got to tell me which one is the odd one out. To make it a bit easier, I've done it in album order.
This
So
is going to be
hopefully that
terrible
helps a
because
bit.
I have to literally Google like guitar tabs for our songs and stuff to relearn them. So this is not going to go well.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay,
No,
let's just see how it
it'll be
goes. Let's just see how
hilarious.
it
The
goes.
worse I
Okay.
do, the better it is.
Okay. So this is taken from I'm Not Well,
Okay.
and these are the three lyric lines. Okay. Number one. Now I've lost the feeling like I did that day. The second one, with the weight now shifted, I was lifting the blame. And the third one, and it all breaks down at the role reversal.
Okay. So the third one is the odd one out.
Yes,
Fantastic.
yes,
I don't
nice,
think the
nice.
first two lyrics are much better than the third one, but listen, I got a green.
Well, I mean, do
I
you know who did the
who did the third one?
Placebo? Nancy Boys, the song.
Oh wow. Okay, that's me casting shade
Yeah,
on. Great.
yeah. I was just about to say, yeah. I didn't want to get you too much in trouble because I thought they were an influence of yours. No, in the past, so have I got that wrong?
No, you haven't got that wrong. It's funny, we get the placebo comparison like a lot, especially with the early stuff. Um, it's not that they weren't an influence. It's just that I never actually listened to placebo growing up at all, at all.
Oh
And they
wow.
became, if anything, I actually quite liked a lot of placebo's earlier stuff, like semi recently. They totally went by me. It wasn't from like not liking it as a kid. I just never checked it out. So it's funny that people like think they're like such a huge influence, because there's many bands that were during those early Foxes stages, but they weren't one of them. Um, but I feel like a placebo tour for us right now would be great, because in Europe there's a lot of fans that cross over, so that would be great.
Mm.
He's an interesting cat.
I've listened to Placebo, and I know there was an album of theirs that I did quite like. I think there's a song of theirs called Meds. I do really like that song of
Yeah,
theirs.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, looking back on that album, I mean, it's a little while now, but I know there's certain songs on there that maybe you don't like as much anymore. But how do you feel about that album in general?
I'm really proud to have made it, because I didn't want to be there, um, and it was just brutal turning up every day in that recording process with how sick I was. Um, yeah, so I'm really proud of it, and I love that people love it. A lot of people think because I don't like playing a lot of those songs, and we've got like this in joke of how terrible a song Husk is, that people
Mhm.
get like offended by that. Um, but it's not that. I love that people connected with that record. I really, really do. I've just my tastes have grown so much naturally, and I can't help it about the fact that I listen to a lot of that record now, and as a songwriter, I'm just like, oh, I wish I didn't write that lyric, or this is quite cheesy, or I would have done this so differently. But listen, it's I'm very proud of it in a lot of different ways.
No, fair enough. So basically what you're saying, so I think it's going to be 10, it's 10 years this year, isn't it?
I think so, yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Mm.
So basically what you're saying is there isn't going to be any 10th anniversary playthroughs of that album happening. That's what you're basically saying
We've
there.
got asked to do a few. But also that the whole lineup of the band is completely different, and it wouldn't be fair on Ant or Triss, the original members, if we with the new lineup did stuff, and it wouldn't be fair on Finn and Hev, like, because they're not attached to that record, you know. Finn joined from the third record, although Finn's been in the band a long, long, long time now. So yeah, I don't think so. I don't think there would be any plans to do that stuff.
No, that makes sense. Okay, this is from Rady, your second
Rafi,
album.
Rafi.
Rafi, sorry.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
I
It's
even
Icelandic word. It's all good.
checked to see how to pronounce it. Yeah. Okay. The lyrics are, the ship will carry this is the first line. The ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. The second one is, we're dancing to a fire that's beneath us. And the third one is, why is my youth blue?
So the first one is the fraudulent lyric in this little game.
Yes. No, well done. And there, and the reason I chose that one is because, as you mentioned, an Icelandic album title name, which I think was recorded in Iceland as well. If I stand, sorry if I'm wrong there.
It wasn't.
But
It
also,
wasn't
this is
recorded there, but it was all written in Iceland. Yeah.
That's it.
Hmm.
That's it. And the first one was by an Icelandic band called Of Monsters and Men, Little Talks. That's why I chose that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I think with that album, there was definitely some similarities to I'm Not Well, but there was definitely some, definitely some changes. I mean, how would you look at that album now, looking back?
That album to me is a classic example of a band that signed into a major label deal for a free album deal. Having all that time to be a band, to create the first record, where you're a band for like 3-4 years, you make your first record, and then you're suddenly shot into this system, and you're being told, oh, we need the follow-up, but also being really young and getting caught up in it all, and then trying your best to make something. That is definitely my least favorite record of ours by a long way, by a long, long way.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh, fair enough. Because of, like you said, because like that like limited time, so you felt like maybe it could have been a bit better. Is that what you're saying?
Essentially, but also I think I found myself caught up in the major label being a band wanting to be, I don't know, a frontman of a huge band. I got caught up in all that, and I wrote music that wasn't. I wrote a few songs that didn't come from the right places, and I was trying to write music to be like a radio hit, or I was changing the structures of songs because I didn't think these people would like it. Whereas that goes against everything that I feel as a songwriter. So that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I mean, I really do like Oh It Had to Be You. I think that is.
I like that song. That came from a very, very real place. And again, a lot of that album, the majority of it was written in Iceland. And that song is definitely like, I just see Iceland when I hear that song. So that's not an example of what I'm talking about. Yeah, I like that song.
Okay, so next one is your self-titled album. So the lines are, you'll be gone in the morning, please get your fix. The next one is glaciers melting in the dead of night. And the third one is kick me down when I'm weak.
Well, I'm just really good at this game. The second one is the imposter.
Yes, nice. Bonus points if you know what it is, who it is.
What was the lyric?
Glaciers melting in the dead of night.
No, got no idea. Give it to me. What is it?
Supermassive Black Hole by Muse.
Okay, is that a lyric in that song? I never would have guessed that.
I think it's in the chorus. No, because again, sorry if I've got this wrong again, but were they an influence as well or not?
Only so much so that where I grew up in Devon, which is Chudley, the next town over is Tinmouth, which is where Muse are from. So growing up, like, you know, they were everywhere. So as kids, for sure, because I would have been 14 trying to learn Plug In Baby on guitar. But and I went to the same college that Matt Bellamy went to, and they'd be in the local pubs that we'd be in and stuff. But yeah, apart from that, not so much, no.
No, fair. And this is the first album with a lineup change, wasn't it?
Self-titled, yes.
Yes, yeah. I mean, you still play a lot of those songs live. I mean, Badlands, what an absolute tune. How do you look? What's your views on that album now?
Yeah, I feel like that record is sort of the stepping stones into finally, as a creative, getting to the place where I had the freedom to play and write music that was a bit more interesting to me. But also not quite being there yet. So it's still got that like early sound in like parts that Foxes had. So I'd say it's like a really good bridging gap for a record to like where we are now and where we were before. Sort of how it feels to me.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah, for sure. So let's move on to the last album, The Heart, or the latest studio album, The Heart. So these are the lyrics. Can we make it 4 for 4?
Okay.
This is the first one. My 20s were emotionally caged. I want to leave this country before I'm old. Or come a little bit closer, hear what I have to say.
Third is The Imposter. I mean,
Nice.
this one's easy. I mean, this one's I only wrote it the other day, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. It is you know, like if you compare it to your first album, I wonder if people would know if it's the same band almost. You know what I mean? It's definitely a progression. But I think it's, you know, it's like I mentioned, it's got heavy, it's got soft, it's got everything in between. It's got emotion. I mean, how do you look at? I mean, it's only been a year old, but how do you look at it?
Yeah, I'm really proud of that record. It definitely seems to have like a vibe the whole way through. It's got a sound, it's got an atmosphere, which was what we were going for. It's the first record that we did working with Danny Casteller, who mixed the record, who's become just like family to us, who we've just done our next record with as well. It's only happy memories for me with this sort of stuff from now, you know? It's like everyone's in just such a good place creatively, and we're all best friends, and yeah, it's good times. It's I'd say it's quite a dark record. Like a lot of the stuff we're writing now is very fun actually and playful.
Okay.
I think people would be quite surprised with that. This could be sort of the end stages of that darker stuff that I've been writing as an artist and moving on to more playful stuff. But yeah, it's a simmering slow burner.
No, nice. No, I Ha Ha Ha, I think is my personal favorite. But I like Carsake as well. I mean, to be honest, the whole album's really good. I guess I'm just choosing what I like more out of the others. But have you got a personal favorite or?
Image of Perfection, yeah. That's for me is maybe my favorite lyrics that I've written. Really happy with how that came out. Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
Fair. And that's an interesting point. So I wanted to ask actually about that. Would you say, I mean, are you more of a melody person or more of the lyric? You know, what's more important to you? Would you say the melody or the lyrics?
I mean, it depends on the song. Like if with some of the new stuff we've been writing, if it's just like a fun, silly 2.5 minute free-form pop song, then it's all melody and the lyrics can be nonsense and you just play into that. But with a song like Image, where it's a 10-minute story, the melody definitely is second place.
Sure.
So it's song dependent.
No, that makes sense. Okay. No, sounds good. No, 4 out of 4. Absolutely spot on. No, excellent. You didn't make yourself look silly or anything. Looked
Yay.
incredible.
Yay.
Well, of what we can see of you anyway. Right. Let's wrap things up. What's the last song you've chosen for the full circle?
So the last song, I mean, if you can't see me at all, I could just go for a walk in the remaining daylight.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay, so last song is Sun Kil Moon Gentle Moon, but it's the um, radio live edition. So it's like, yeah. So it's not a live session. It's like literally him on radio. So you'll be able to find it. It's just, I think it's called
Sure.
Radio Edition or something.
Okay. And why did you choose that song?
So what I really, really love about any sort of like um, live radio play is you can't hide behind anything, which is why so many live radio performances are pretty bad. Because it's just the artist and the tenderness and all those imperfections come through. This, however, is like one of those rare examples of when everything just goes right, and it's just so tender, and you're honing in on the lyrics. And yeah, then that just went back to the first song that I mentioned, because it wasn't about me feeling present from hearing someone else's music. It's clearly someone else that is present, so present in that moment playing that song. And that was one of the best examples I could find of that. There were other ones. There's like a lot of Jules Holland performances, I think, where like the artist is so in the moment and so present, and watching it is as just like viewing it is such a surreal experience, because you're just watching someone that's channeled into something so different. So yeah, that's my third choice.
Very nice. Sun Kil Moon, Gentle Moon, the radio edition, radio recording, hence completing the full circle. Yay! Ah, thanks so much, Mark. It's been an absolute honor to have you on. Yes. It's been an absolute honor to have you on, and thank you so much for being up for this and coming on. Was there anything that you wanted to share, anything else that we haven't spoken about, or just anything that you wanted to share to the Full Circle Nation before we wrap things up?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered a lot of stuff. And yeah, I hope it didn't come across too heavy, because I am in a very good place right now. But yeah, just have fun. Make music. If you're an artist, just make music with people that, you know, that push you, are up for doing crazy things and having fun adventures. And if you can do that, you'll be in a good place. So that's all.
Nice. That's some quality words there. Oh no, thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute honor to have you on, and definitely going to be seeing you. I hopefully the London show in April. Fingers crossed.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, well, thank you for having me on first and foremost. And we'll go for a drink before that show for sure.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm holding you on to that. All right. Take care. I wish you all the best. Yeah.
Nice one, man. Thank you so much.